Hi, it's me, Dora V here, and this is one of those things that I never thought I'd be doing, but I'm doing it. It was done out of impulse because I could, and I took my sweet old time doing this because I can. It's Easter, and well, honestly, like the Easter that I actually celebrate is next week because it's Orthodox Easter next week. So if you're of Orthodox persuasion, then you're actually celebrating Palm Sunday, but because I damn well can, I am quote unquote celebrating both. And yes, there is a new Game of Thrones episode today, which is why I just decided to do this now, after about a week of my notes sitting here. So, anyway, I'm glad they showed previous clips because I spent a lot of time forgetting. And well, I'll be really honest, like, when a lot of the Game of Thrones stuff that I watch, it's actually through YouTube because I don't actually have HBO. I've used on demand. I've done that before. I've also viewed it through very naughty ways, and in fact, this first episode, I got it through a very naughty way. I was very bad, and well, I ended up falling asleep. As it took a bit. So actually, like, I had all these notes Monday, and then I just sat on my ass because that's what I do. But anyway, I'm glad for the previous clips, and the copy that I got had subtitles. I always have subtitles. I love having subtitles. I've been doing it for years because that's how I make sure that what I heard is what was being said, like something like that. I even do it with anime, even though there are times where the English dub and the sub are like two totally different things. So that's kind of weird, but I do it. I have subtitles. And oh, by the way I got it, I don't really recommend it unless you have VPNs. Anyway, Dany. I'll start with her because I can. I'm a bit ambivalent about Daenerys. I always have been. Sometimes I love her, sometimes I don't. And I can't stress this enough. I don't believe for a single moment she's anything like Ares. This talk about, oh, she's like the Mad King, she's like her father. It's bullshit. I don't buy it. No, no, no. However, her actions toward the Tarleys, I have no sympathy for the Tarleys except Samwell and the women, like, but I don't really, just, like, I have no for the Tarleys. What happened to them was unfortunate, but I guess it's safe to say that they should have bent the knee. But honestly, I agree more with Tyrion in that they could have been imprisoned, but I guess that would have been a logistics problem, and I guess it's easier to just burn them alive. You know, they kneel or die, I guess. I think Jon Snow would have handled it differently, which is why people prefer him. I just feel like when you're forced to quote-unquote bend the knee like that, it just invites deceit. That when people are kneeling, they're not doing it because they want to be loyal to you. They're doing it just to stay alive. So I feel like it invites a lot of bullshit behavior. But what do you think? Like, what's she supposed to do? Now, like, well, what is she, like, what? What would you have had her do? If you were in her position and you had some dragons and an army, what would you do? Especially dealing with someone like Randall Tarley. Fuck him. Anyway, yeah, the fall of the wall. I definitely remember that. I think I saw it on YouTube. Or did I? I don't remember. I might have gotten it through a naughty, but who cares? Anyway, yeah, I remember the fall of the wall, the death of the poor dragon, and I remember Dany doing the right thing there. That's the thing about whatever fault she has. I think that she's fundamentally a good person. Good conqueror, too. But I suspect that they're trying to say that she might be a good conqueror, but not necessarily a ruler. That's what they're getting at. Oh, the theme. I've never been fond of the theme. I never liked the theme. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm the only one, but anyway. So, Arya, she's among the first people that I've seen. She didn't look happy to see Jon, not really, and I'm not sure if it's just shock or just, I don't know, but she didn't seem too happy. Yeah, I can understand it because she doesn't know Danny the way John does. No, yeah, if you remember that. Lol, no. I have the Gendry. Oh my god, that I fucked that up. Wow. And it should not be difficult. But he's there, and then of course Tyrion and Varys, they'd get the first lines, of course, some jokes. Ah, damn it, I wish I could have written down what they were. I think it involved balls. No, whatever the case, I love them both. Varys to me is about as close to perfect as you can get. He likes to make everyone happy, and he can just ruin you with a smile. God, I love him. I remember like someone arguing about how, well, threats are cheaper. Yeah, sure, but you get what you pay for, and Varys gets good results. I just love him. Couldn't help but smile at the dragons, but when it panned outward, Winterfell, like, it started looking like a toy. Like, you know, like Lego toys? That's kind of what it looked like, only way more expensive. I think they're known as figurines, but all I know is it looked kind of fake to me. You know, but then again, they only have so much in CGI. I just didn't know how to describe it. It just looked so fake. But it looked pretty, I mean, sure, but the first thing I thought was, is that a toy? And then reunion, huh? Yeah, Bran doesn't mess around. He really gets to the point as he stares at you and says what he needs to say. And during the meeting, Lyanna just jumps up and asks Jon, who are you? What are you? And bold as always. Triggered him in a good way. And then, of course, Tyrion being Tyrion, which, of course, I always like. And Sansa, like ever the pragmatic, has a point about logistics, but she does sound kind of snide. I didn't like that. Not cool, Sansa. Why would you want to add tension? And yes, Daenerys notices it. And I understand it's a meeting among allies, so the trust is a bit greater here, so you can afford to be openly dissenting. But I do feel like there's already a lot of tension for reasons that should be painfully obvious, and I don't think you can afford to add to that. I mean, you just can't. And, I guess like the whole point of that is that does happen even when people know that you shouldn't, but still, I mean, when you've got problems heading your way, I think you should try to suck it up and deal. Just saying. And then there's Sansa and Tyrion meet again. Here's the truth. Don't underestimate Sansa. And in this particular scene, I basically noted that it's what she didn't say. So I wonder, like, between her and Cersei, like I said, it's what she didn't say. Arya and Jon, a smiley face in front of the pretty tree, and then Needle. Yay, I like Needle. Then it cuts over to Cersei, and she's happy for a good war. Yeah, good for her. Like Qyburn says this news, and she says, good. Yeah, good. That's easy for you to say. You're not up in the north. You haven't really seen, like, the undead army in full. You have not seen the Night King, or the others, or White Walker. You haven't seen any of them, so yeah, good, whatever. She's a garbage queen, and this is why the subjects, any subject worth a shit, would just get the hell out of there. Want nothing to do with her. And I don't know if Qyburn counts. I mean, like, he obviously is serving her. Oh, yeah, like, you do find out later that he tells Bronn that he thought that he was gonna die poor and penniless because he got kicked out. But Cersei gave him a chance. That's nice, dear. Hey, Yara, how you doing? Not doing so well. Tied to a post. That sucks. So here's Euron. Hello, Euron. Euron. Ugh, whatever. I do like the actor, though. He does a really good job. Family with balls. Oh, you get lonely. No, maybe you should have thought of that before cutting out the tongues of your sailors, but you want a whore? Buy one. You want a queen? Earn her. Okay, Cersei says that. Yeah, there's a nice scene with her and Euron, and yeah, I like that. I guess that's the one good thing I like about her. And I pointed out at the time before the next scene that even if Cersei can't stand him, if she can't stand you, then you must be a real piece of shit somehow. Like, I mean, damn, like you're an asshole. Either that or, I guess she hates everyone. But I know that there's good reason why she's not fond of him, but that changes a bit later. Either that or she's just using him. It could very easily be the latter. But she does end up with him. You know, I mean, how could she not? That's the thing about Euron. Gotta admire his chutzpah. Oh, hi, Bron. With your pretty girls. Pretty girls. Nice to see you again. Qyburn has to interrupt. Boo! And apparently one of the pretty girls will die of pox. Oh, that sucks. Oh, is a crossbow for Tyrion and Jaime? I know it's for one of them. I don't think Bronn will do it. I really don't. I don't see it happening. I mean, he is shocked, but, I mean, even though, like, he is what he is, like, I know how he is, I think when push comes to shove, he's not gonna do it. Or I don't believe it. We'll see. Yeah, back to Euron. No, he's not boring for sure. And I guess, like, I was proven wrong in, like, less than 10 minutes. Like, she does seem to like him. Like, and I actually wrote not surprising. Like, really? Okay, well, if I say so. Yeah, but this one thing I do firmly believe. Like, people like Euron can charm the scales off a snake. You'll love him when you first meet him. But when you're with him, you wish you never were. That's the kind of person that he is, or character, or whatever. Hey, Theon, looking good. He saved Yara. That was a smiley face there. I like that. And Varys, like, there was something that he was saying, like, that when you get older. It was in reference to Jon and Dany, and it was something about youth. And that they fear older people. And I honestly thought he'd refer to old age, that young people fear old age. They should. Maybe that's what he meant. Damn it, I probably need to see the scene again. But I think with, like, maybe I should have, because good God, it's been like, what, 6 days? That's what happens when you put things off. But anyway, I feel like maybe the youth kind of fear losing that youth. I mean, that would suck. Well, Sansa being a dark cloud. And all I ask is that she not be a problem. I happen to like her, okay? But the dragons made things better. You know, especially how the dragons responded to Jon. That was precious. That was so precious. But I do feel like Sansa's kind of like, okay, we get it. You're not that fond of Daenerys, but you don't need to be so clear about it, okay? Yeah, it sounds two-faced, and maybe that's kind of shitty, but I think in a situation like this, you need to put a smile on your face and at least pretend, okay? Aren't you good at pretending, Sansa? Come on, pretend! And then you can talk shit behind her back all you want. That's what normal people do. And smart people. I mean, it's not admirable, but come on, this is survival mode. And Dragonflight for the win. Jon and Dany for the win. Dragons are jealous because they don't get to do a sex with Jon or Dany or either one of them. Aha, poor dragons. Anyway, oh, Hound, why are you so mean to Gendry? Not cool, man. And then Arya appears and oof. I remember saying here, Glover equals bleh. Stupid. Oh, yeah. He chose to basically stay where he's at. That's what he chose to do. Wherever the hell he is. I forget the name. Last Hearth. I don't know. That's going to be his last Hearth. Because he's going to die. Stupid. Jon's winning, though. Yeah, and I put down he's 100% right. And Sansa seems to see the light, but her question, sheesh, maybe both. Now I'm reminded of what dragons eat, and Daenerys said whatever they want. Yeah, if you're not careful, Sansa, they're gonna eat you. But anyway, yeah, like, gee, it could be both. I really need to take better notes. Jeez. Well, anyway, hi, Samwell, answered Jorah. I do appreciate Dany's honesty here. She makes it very clear what happened. She does feel for him. But at the same time, I think that maybe claiming, well, they fell in battle and they both died and I'm very sorry to tell you, something like that. And I mean, it's like, on one hand, I appreciate the honesty, but on the other, I think it would have been smart to kind of, I don't know, mince words a bit. I think like Sansa or Jon would have put it in a different way, but Dany does not do this. But poor Sam, though, I mean, Dickon was okay. Randall is a douchebag, but the thing is, like, he's still Sam's father. They were still family, so yeah, he's gonna be a bit devastated. I think he'll be fine, though. And it turns out that maybe it's for the best that she was honest, because that's what it took to tell Jon everything. So I'm a bit, like, kind of seesawing about this. But I do appreciate the honesty. He does ask Jon, like, would Dany do what he would do? And Jon gave up his crown to save the people. Would Dany do the same? Honestly, I think she would. And the only reason why he asked that question is because of what happened to his family. That's kind of how I see it. But I think she would. But like I said, I don't think she's much of a ruler. She's clearly more of a conqueror. And I also theorize that she likes the idea of being a queen, but the reality is maybe not. Like, maybe the reality is she doesn't actually want to be. It's just she feels like she has to. And especially if she does want to make the changes she does, yeah, you do need power. It helps. That she's not the monster some people are making her out to be. Anyway, Dany versus Jon. I do point out, I think that Jon is better. Not by much, though, in my opinion. But Dany, I'll make this really clear. I think Dany is better than, say, Cersei. But I don't think she's as good as Jon. I think Jon is a good option. Oh, hi, Tormund! I've always had blue eyes. Good for you. Fire sword for the win. Love that thing. And oh my god, that scene with that poor kid, the Umber boy. I was sitting here thinking, what the hell is this? 7 or 8 millimeters or oh, behind you! Ah! Okay, it was Jesus Christ, that was a jump scare. Like Silent Hill. Like, God, that looked like Silent Hill. I mean, Jesus. Damn, that was legit scary. Wow. Oh, Jaime. Oh, hi, Jaime. Oh, no, it's Bran. And Bran sees him. Bran knows. And Bran is of the North. And the North remembers. And that's it. Whew, it took long enough. Yeah, it actually took me a while to write some shitty notes. Because I spent a lot of time pausing. Whatever, it's all good. And the promo, yeah, please, nothing will happen to Jaime. Nothing's gonna happen. He'll be fine. I don't see anything happening to him. She's not gonna do shit, guys. Calm down. And now that I mentioned Jaime, this might sound really weird, but I tend to believe that nobody will sit on the Iron Throne. But if someone does, I actually think it'll be Jaime. It's just something I thought of last season. And I just started I saw a picture of him sitting on the throne, and I thought, wouldn't it be ironic if Jaime ends up being the king? And I spent a lot of time not being a fan of his, but now I'm thinking maybe it wouldn't be so bad if he sits on the Iron Throne. Well, that'll do for now. See you guys later. Hope you enjoyed this, because I actually enjoyed doing this. Bye-bye.